Hi, madam. Good day to you and my fellow friends. We are a group of the students would like to present our assignment. I'm Kugni Sweli. I would like to start presentation with learning outcome and introduction. And the second page is our title is helping foster and making a louder. And my organizer is Vilashni Palniappan. Our date is 22 July 2022. And our timing is 7:30 to 8:30. And learning outcome. Learning outcome means what the public will observe because of we doing this surveys people of get know the orphanage home will they will volunteer themselves to helping the foster. If we post in social media and last the people able to promote the orphanage home and get the help from the government. And the next page is introduction. Children often have the either lost their parents, don't know who their parents are, or have been abandoned. This child required a place to live and care for the order properly transition in the adulthood with the support of their parents. And a regular often will be often give the organ food and shelter and care and comfort. It has several advantages to visit our orphan. The first, educating ourselves. Learn to understand what it is be orphan without a doubt. If we can understand what they often are going through, we will be able to empathize with them more, do everything in our power to support them. This in a turn enables to often to experience affection in understanding. The second, giving a hope to often. Undoubtedly, visitor and often can communicate during a visitor to and often the visitor may able to inspire of the often during the encounter and offer their hope, so they will like to their lack of parental care and hold them back in life. And the third one is fulfill the role adoptive parents to often. Visitor will be have the opportunity to act the often temporary the parents and teach the valuable lessons in order for them to develop into the polite and civil adults. And the last one is expand to social circle of the orphan. The orphan can be a learn that it is possible to make a friends, people who they are, parents as well as the orphan during the and orphanage visit. Too often will be experience significant boost in confidence when meeting acquaintance because their life no longer feel as a thought they can only get along with other often. Thank you, Miss.
Hi, madam. I'm Jennifer. I like to continue the slide with my part. That is objective. The objective that we plan to conduct this program because we are going to do this sustainably to help the poor people. Second, our main aim to do this charity not to seek profit, but this is our group goals and also we having a specific plan to achieve these goals. For example, by doing this charity, we don't get any profit, but we having a satisfaction by doing this charity. We may set a goal of holding an annual fundraiser to raise the fund for the poor and their needs for the medical treatment as well. Other than this, most of the poor people are mostly overlooked by the communities. Example, people are very busy in work. Some are sent their parents to orphanage home or it's called home care. But in the end they forget to help and to do their parts to their family members. So every month by we doing this fundraising is help so many orphanage home to fulfill their needs as well, such as providing meals every day. Thank you, madam. I will pass over to my group member.
Here I wanted to present why this program should be organized. First, we can address the obvious thing that we frequently hear about in the news all the time, like war, disaster, poverty, natural disaster, and abdominal and accident are among some of the leading causes. This can be directly associated with the orphans by the definition of a children who has lost one of the parents or both of the parents. Mostly the cultural pressure, neglected abuse, child slavery, religious injury, and child prostitution, and much more. Sometimes they simply live with a blind, ill, or very old relative that wanted to take care of them but cannot care for them because even they are themselves not eligible to take care of themselves, but they wanted to take care of the orphans. Here we need a change to occur a world. No one is born as a criminal. Their needs makes them to do so. Every person ever conceived was born with specific need. Those needs include critical needs such as food, shelter, security, the knowledge or belief that one of a value of themselves, care such as a basic needs, and also mostly they didn't feel the love of our community. And I trust that that's why the criminals are growing day to day, because we didn't show them our love to the orphans. Instead of harming themselves and others, they grow up to be responsible, healthy adults that give back to the community. They live instead of taking away from it. When we give the children what they need to thrive, not just survive, we break the cycle that creates orphans in the first place. For the next generation of children will have us to thank, and also for fact of their parents didn't abandon them but instead of raise them in a healthy and loving environment. There will be less crime, less disease, and less orphan children to take care of. Our love, care, and support will make them as a responsible and loving adult in future. And I trust that this will happen if we started to do this charity for the orphanage home. And that's all for my part. Thank you so much.
Okay, madam. So now I'm going to continue with the program tentative. So for the program tentative, we are doing this on the 22nd of July and it's on Friday. So the time that we got from the center is 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. because some of the children there are working. So this is the time that they could give us. So the location from for this the whole event is at Shokina Drive Center, Taman Lima Humas, Seremban and Semeru. All right. So for next, okay, so we will be reaching, all of us will gather at Rasa Tour at 5:30 p.m. to have a small discussion, and then we will move from there straight away after that, and then by 5:45 we will be reaching at the place. So after arrival, the prepare some activities that whatever things that we want to prepare, and then check the place and everything. So by 6 o'clock, we will assemble all the orphans, and then we'll have a small introduction from the founder, like introduce us, who are we, why we come there, or something like that. And then by 6:20, we will have a small ice breaking section where we'll get to know the kids, get to know the people around them. And then because we're doing some activity with the kids, we are planning to do some grouping. So after the ice breaking, get to know them, we will separate them into a group for the activity. So by 6:45, we will have a fun activity with the kids and adult there. So the activity, for example, is a musical chair where the younger one or the older one can play together. And also for the next will be the guessing item with blindfolded. So the active, I will just simply explain the activity. So the blindfolded activity is we will give something to them. They will have to blindfold themselves, and then they have to guess what is the things. So this game also can be played by the kids and also by the adults. The next is build a cup pyramid. So the one eye will be blindfolded, and then another people have to instruct them how to build the cup pyramid. And the last one will be group juggling, where they will play passing ball, that kind of game. And by 7:50, because we're not allowed to bring food or give food for them as COVID-19 restriction in the home now. So what we are planning to do is by 7:50, we will help the people there to serve their food, and then help them to clean up the place after they eat. Then straight away after that, by 8:30, we will distribute whatever gifts that we have prepared, like previously have been said. So we will distribute that to the kids and the adults. And lastly, we will be, after all this done, we will, by 9 o'clock, we will be heading back home. So that's about the tentative. So now my friend will continue the next. Thank you.
Hi, madam. Good day to you and to my fellow friends. Myself, Vilashni Palniappan, and I would like to present budget of this proposal. Okay, so first is rice. We are planning to give rice, milk powder, eggs, stationery, diapers, because this is a children orphanage home. That's why we are planning to give some stationeries too, because the kids are going to school. Yeah, we are planning to give some of the things which is I mentioned here. First is rice, and we are planning to give two, and the price for per unit is 26 ringgit, and the total amount is around 53 ringgit. Next is milk powder, and milk powder is per unit 40 ringgit, and the quantity is 3, and amount is 120 ringgit. Egg is per unit is 13 ringgit, and we are planning to give 2 cartons, and yeah, it's a total amount is around 26 ringgit. Then stationaries. Stationaries is around our estimation is around 5 ringgit for per unit, and there are 25 kids in the home, so the total amount is 125 ringgit. So at last, we are planning to give the diapers. It's per unit is 30 ringgit. We are planning to give 3 quantity of diapers, and the total amount is 90 ringgit. So around the 5 items, it would be total amount is 414 ringgit. Next is our income estimation. Income estimation, we are planning to give 450 ringgit, and then it is a we are getting sponsorship from MSU student. Per person, our estimation is per person 15 ringgit, and for 30 people, so it's around 450. And yeah, that's all from my side, madam. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, Miss. I'm Ila Vishnu here. So my part, I would like to present the conclusion. As a university student with busy lives and considerable assignments, we find it hard to seek time or opportunity to volunteer in a community service program. However, with community service subject being offered in our course program, it provides us opportunities to join as we are aware of its benefits to our life, family, and society. Through this program, we will be experiencing a truly life-changing as we volunteer at the local orphanage, a professionally managed safe haven for infants, toddlers, and young children who have been removed from their homes due to reasons such as malnutrition, neglect, or parents' death. We can improve our character values and responsible behavior through community service learning. We can generalize what we learn from our experiences with the orphans. We learn how to be appreciative to others, to be respectful, and develop awareness of healthy life choices for the sake of loved ones. Finally, we learn about cultural diversity and show more tolerance of ethnical diversity. Thank you. That's all from our group. I hope Meda enjoyed our presentation. Thank you.